Good afternoon. My name is Navin from Royal University of Agriculture. Today it is my great honor to talk about my experience lesson learned when I study in Korea. There are three main important things I would like to show today. First, study and living experience in Korea. Second, the research thesis for graduation. And last, the application of the knowledge skill when I return back Cambodia. Before start, let me introduce briefly about myself. I was one of the KOICA Scholarship students in 2020 to undertake master degree in the field of climate change policy at Hallym University, South Korea, and I just graduated in February 2022. After graduation, I returned back Cambodia and continued working as a lecturer and researcher at Royal University of Agriculture (RUA), and I have worked here since 2017. RUA is one of the academic institutions under the umbrella of Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries. I experienced working both in public and private sectors for almost 13 years since 2004. Next, let me show you my impression about Korea when I was there. First, the education system of Korea is very standard. The facilities are equipped very well. The curriculum and the professors are professional to ensure students get high qualification. Second, the culture is long history, and Korean people respect each other and very kind. Third, the food is very delicious and diversified and very safe to consume. Especially you will love to eat kimchi, which is one of their traditional food. Next, the climate of Korea is much of weather. There are 4 seasons in Korea. During winter, it was so nice to see the snow and play with it. And it was so cold, but in spring it was so beautiful of flowers almost everywhere. And the tree is colorful. You will find it the most beautiful season in Korea. Besides climate, I was so impressed with the public transportation in Korea, which is very fast and convenient. Korean people enjoy traveling by train or bus. If talking about environment, Korean environment is so clean, no rubbish on the street, and the water no pollution. The wastewater is under treatment before flow into the river. Do you like traveling for vacation? I would recommend you to visit Korea as it has many beautiful places to visit. For example, Nami Island, Petite France, and many others. For learning field of agriculture, Korea is one of the destinations. It is advanced country with advanced technology in agriculture. Finally, the public health of Korea is very fast and convenient. You cannot buy medicine without prescription. Human health is so important for Korea. You will see that Korean older people are very active and look very healthy. Under the KOICA Scholarship Program or under Hallym University curriculum, students required to complete their thesis related field of study for graduation, and I found interested in research related to sustainable land management technology for adaptation to climate change in Kratie Province, Cambodia, and why this is important in the context of Cambodia. As we know, land is so important for people, especially agricultural land for smallholder farmers are so valuable for them. According to FAO, 33% of the world agricultural land is highly degraded. In Cambodia, approximately 4.45 million hectares of land are highly degraded. Kratie Province is one of the provinces considered that the land are degraded, result from unsustainable land management practice and pressure from the climate change. Climate change accelerates land degradation process is one of the big issues for agricultural production. However, we still have solution and sustainable land management, we normally call it in short SLM, play important role to address these issues. The research has three main objectives. First, to assess the perception of climate change and impact of SLM technology for adaptation to climate change by smallholder farmers. Second, assess the enabling and disabling factors that influence the uptake and adoption of SLM for climate change adaptation. Third, identify gender-specific role in land management and farming. This research focused to districts in Krati Province, Preprasap, and Chetborai districts. To meet the objective of the research study, interviewing with key persons and smallholder farmers were conducted. For interviewing with farmers, there are two types of farmers were selected for this study. The farmer who received support from the project and the farmer who did not receive support from the project. To ensure quality of the study, this research also applied the review and direct observation on the farm. As the result, the research found that increased temperature, frequent drought, and decreased rainfall are the top three issues pursued by farmers in Krati Province, and those climate risks will continue into the future. To cope with climate change, digging ponds, plant trees, and crop diversification are important adaptation for them. Climate change accelerates land degradation, and 98.2% of respondents thought that. SLM technology were introduced or seen by the farmers. Among 56 farmers, there were only 66.1% adopt SLM, while 33.9% of smallholder farmers did not adopt SLM. From this research, it showed that there were enabling factors influencing farmers to adopt SLM, and those factors include resource availability of farmers, high yield from SLM implementation, receive support from the project or other stakeholders, and time saving. For farmers who did not adopt the SLM technology, indicate that they face the challenge hindering them to adopt the SLM. And those constraints include the finance limitation of farmers to invest. They have very small land or they do not have land to implement. And the important view was the limitation of their knowledge to implement it. And they do not have resources on the farm or in the community. To implement SLM technology, farmers perceive that SLM provides positive impact for socio-economic, socio-cultural, and ecological impact. The research also tried to find out related gender role, and it showed that 50% of respondents indicate that men and women jointly together in decision-making on farming or the selection of SLM practice. When the question focused on who contributes the most in farming, it showed that 44.6% were women. This research found that women and men jointly together in practice, but they have different responsibility. For instance, women involved in farming mostly the farm near home, so they are easy to take care of family. And while men join farming normally far from home, and additionally, they do off-farm activities to generate household income. The research concluded that the climate change occurs in Prati Province and smallholder farmers face it. To cope with it, adaptation options were implemented by farmers. Implementing SLM provide benefit for socio-economic, socio-cultural, and ecological impact, and farmers better adapt to the changing climate. There were some enabling factors that influenced farmers to adopt SLM, and some constraints that some farmers did not adopt SLM. In terms of gender role, men and women jointly together make decisions in decision-making process as well as SLM implementation. From the research, it provides recommendations to different stakeholders, include policy maker, extension worker, program or project implementer, and research and development actors based on their role and responsibility to help farmers. For example, policymakers should integrate SLM into policy subsectors. Research and development should interview more farmers and different groups of farmers, or study different agroecological zones, because one SLM sometimes cannot suitable for all agroecological zones in Cambodia. The knowledge skills were built when I studied in Korea. So let me tell you how I apply this knowledge when I come back to Cambodia. First, lecturing. Being a lecturer who teaches climate change course at OUA, knowledge is transferring to young generation. In addition, studying and living experience in Korea also present to students. Second, conduct research with different local and international institutions. For example, I just finished research with Lund University, Sweden, related damage and loss result from climate change in Ratanakiri province. Third, join KOICA in support to provide consultation or explore for work collaboration with Korean institutions. For example, I am providing consultation for Midbar Company of Korea and to expand business in Cambodia related to agricultural technology. Besides this, sharing my knowledge with different stakeholders, or I am able to learn from them through training, workshops, or meetings. Beyond networking with people I met include Korean professors, friends, and all classmates who came from different countries to learn or share our works are very important for me. Last, preparing book publication in Khmer language related climate change, which is the need from user. Currently, I'm preparing another book in Khmer language related gender and climate change. The knowledge skill provide me more confidence to apply work effectively. Finally, I can't wait to thank all the contributors to make my study successfully. My achievement could not be done without you all support. Highly grateful to KOICA, Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fishery, Royal University of Agriculture, and all others people. Thanks for coming along with me during hard time and happy time. Especially we fight it together with the COVID pandemic to make KOICA SP 2020 successfully with qualification. I'm so proud myself to be one of the KOICA Scholarship students, and I'm sure the other students will be proud the same. Thank you for your attention. I'm happy to share what I experienced, and if you have any questions, comments, please feel free to contact me via the email I share. Thank you very much.